Hello, I'm Mike,
I'm Rich. And I'm Jay.
and you're now listening to our commentary track on the 1986 or 7 film Masters of the Universe. There's a tiny sorceress standing in this massive, massive building that we'll only see a throne room for. So here's Skeletor approaching the throne, which should be occupied by the sorceress, but we don't know that.
Yeah, this movie feels like you're dropped. It feels like the middle episode of a TV series where it's like all this stuff has already been established, which would make more sense if this resembled anything close to the cartoon, but it doesn't. So it's very confusing.
And this is Eternia, beautiful Eternia.
Now, I don't remember the cartoon very well. I was really into it when I was super little, but Rich, you probably remember it better than I do. Both of you, maybe, but...
Why? Are you saying we're old?
I'm saying you're like 15 years older than me.
That's not true.
Did Eternia look anything like this in the cartoon?
You know what? I kind of hated the cartoon. I think the cartoon just looked like whatever the fuck they wanted to do that week.
Okay.
That's true. One of the big problems with this movie, and there are many, is that He-Man isn't like... I don't know, he's not He-Man. He-Man is like... I guess I'm going with the cartoon logic over the barbarian, general barbarian logic, but He-Man, as a 7 or 8 year old or whatever, was more interesting as like the Superman. Like he's the most powerful man in the universe. And when Adam put his sword up in the air and turned into He-Man, it was kind of cool. No. Yeah, I just thought it was exciting as a little kid when Prince Adam like got the sword back and said, "I have the power," and the lightning turned him into He-Man.
Well, it's a part of being a kid and playing pretend.
That's right.
You have that you're a normal kid, but then you become something super and powerful, and that's sort of like a wish fulfillment for a little kid.
Normal little kids don't just like a barbarian warrior, except for Rich. Except for you, Rich.
I was a weirdo. I liked violence when I was a kid. I like Conan, man. He would cut people up.
So this is Gwildor's little secret hobbit hole or whatever. And he makes a MacGuffin, essentially, the cosmic key. I don't know if you've seen this movie. I guess I'm asking somebody that's not here. Have you seen this movie or no? If you haven't, Gwildor makes a stupid prop called the cosmic key that, I don't know, it makes tones that open doorways to other dimensions, which is how Skeletor used it to get into the throne room of Eternia.
Yes. So there's two of this MacGuffin.
Isn't there 2.5?
Well,
Jay?
this is where the confusion comes in, because why he's mad because he doesn't have all of them?
All you really need is one.
Yeah, why does he need another one?
Well,
Wouldn't it have been exciting to see them like sneak into this castle?
the big map.
Jay, you're asking for an awful lot out of a fantasy movie.
Although He-Man could have a very successful career here on Earth as a terrible actor.
I've got some good news for you. Kindergarten Cop 2 is coming out.
Oh, my God.
Starring Dolph Lundgren. Yeah, this is coming off the success of Rocky 4, of course. That was where Dolph Lundgren had his big role as Ivan Drago. He has like one line in that whole movie. So they're like, let's give this guy the lead in this franchise.
Yeah, I think they were planning to dub over his voice because he could barely speak English at this point.
Yeah.
And
they just ran out of money.
They ran out of money. That's why he sounds stupid and weird. That's my best impression.
Dolph Lundgren is not stupid, though, in real life.
That's true.
He's a genius, literally.
Anyway, so here's our lead character, Courtney Cox, in her very first film role. This scene's very Terminator 1-esque.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where Sarah Connor's getting off, and because that lady kind of looks like what's her face.
No, wait, we're cutting from that wacky scene of them eating meat to this mournful scene of Courtney Cox being sad about her parents' death.
So every children's film should have a scene in the graveyard.
Now this whole subplot with her parents is really fucking weird. The idea that like they wanted to do something with her, and she said she had to study, right? Something like that. But
yeah.
She was really going to hang out with Tom Paris. So they went off. They decided to take a plane without her and the dad flew the plane, and it crashed, and they died. But the fact that a plane is involved makes it really more complicated than it needs to be. They could have just died in a car accident.
Yeah.
The whole like idea that they own a plane, the father flew the plane.
They're trying to make it more interesting, Jay.
That's not more interesting,
It's supposed to be just a car crash? Well, that's boring. They were fighter pilots now.
So here's Eva Lynn, played by Meg Foster, who you may know from They Live.
You know her just from her eyes.
Yeah, that's what I remember from being a kid and seeing They Live. I was like, her eyes are like piercing and scary, but that's her real eyes.
I used to think she was blind. I thought I swear to God, I thought she was a blind actress when I was younger.
So that's the action scene.
There goes the prom.
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
Imagine how much more exciting it would have been, though, in a room full of people, and you have these weirdo monsters show up.
But then they couldn't like isolate her as the one that they wanted to chase.
Oh, sure they could. They could have gone through the main, auditorium and chased her into another room.
What they should have saw is her talking to Tom Paris holding the cosmic key and then like identified her somehow. Oh my God.
Oh, that's a coincidence. Thank God.
Is this the back alley to a gay nightclub?
Now that brief fight scene that happened a moment ago between, is his name Blade?
Yes.
Blade and He-Man.
The contempt in your voice is just
Well, he's so lame. But that brief little moment where they were sword fighting or whatever, I remember that was in the ads for the toys for this movie. That was the selling point for that Blade action figure. Was that very brief moment where he does something. I think the only moment in the entire movie.
That must be the reasoning of them making those new characters. Is
Just
that
new toys,
they
I
thought they
guess.
could make some money off like co-licensing them with Mattel or
Yeah.
something.
Now, what's wrong with that shot? Like, they cut to that, and it immediately made me laugh.
Because it looks like they just got done having a filthy sex act in a back alley.
I'm just thinking visually. Like, I guess it's just He-Man looks so dumb. I don't know.
Well, they're sitting down on the ground like little kids.
Yeah.
Like, why are they sitting down? I mean, she's injured or scared or whatever, but he should just be like walking around, like pacing back and forth with his sword, like sharpening it or something.
Yeah,
you
something
know, like
exciting.
he's just like sitting there comforting her. I gotta go kill these fuckers. Like, he needs to be a little more commanding and aggressive and more He-Man-esque. This movie has no He-Man in it.
Right.
There's a guy that looks like him,
But he can't talk.
but he's no more or no less effective than Man-at-Arms and Ortila.
Right. Oh no, Lizard Man.
Bye, Lizard Man. We love you. Oh no! Now the movie's over. Why is he so interested in that? He's just a cop.
because you know what? It looks like a fancy piece of equipment that this kid stole. That's why.
But he's investigating who horribly damaged this high school.
Yeah, none of this has anything to do with why he was he was involved.
Look, he's got to crack a big case so they'll let him back on the NYPD. And this could be a big case because this looks like an expensive thing. That's his motivation. If you strip out the He-Man, how would you rank this compared to like a Beastmaster or a Deathstalkers or some kind of low budget barbarian movie, fantasy film?
The problem is this movie's not a lot of fun. Like Beastmaster, there's like a campiness to it that's kind of fun.
Mhm.
This is just sort of like drab locations and boring characters.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing exciting about it. Like
Right.
you said, there's no extras. There's no one in this town ever.
Yeah.
So there's no like element of danger or threats from when Skeletor comes in, and He-Man's not He-Man. I think those are the two biggest problems. He-Man's not a
visually,
superhero.
like these villains look good visually. You know, I mean, they're not the characters from the cartoon, but like they look like fantasy movie villain type characters. But here's just a scene in a kitchen.
Mhm.
You know, they're always in these boring locations.
So I think if you take the He-Man out of it, this is something. I'm like 15 years old. I'm flipping through the cable channels. I see this. I'll probably watch it. Is just this cheesy movie.
I don't know. I went to see it in the theater and I thought it sucked. This is one of my first movie cinematic disappointments
Yeah. I remember that.
because it wasn't exciting.
The Skeletor's motivation is vague. so we don't really care. He-Man's not a hero, and there's all these stupid creatures.
Sure, but is it 11 p.m. on the USA Network material?
Well, sure.
Oh, sure. That doesn't mean anything, though.
Look, even if there's a 1% chance her mother is still alive, she has to take it as an absolute certainty.
Here it is. You wanted this thing that He-Man wanted too?
Not a coincidence. Oh, no.
Oh, fuck! I just did something extremely stupid!
Yeah, you now have no sympathy for Courtney Cox for the rest of this movie. Because she's just too stupid to live. So He-Man stole back the Cosmic Key, but now Skeletor has it again. All in the span of 1 minute.
So He-Man didn't even come close to doing something useful.
No. Wait, we just missed Pig Boy.
Oh God, Pig Boy.
There's a story behind Pig Boy, right?
What is Pig Boy?
Pig Boy was a little kid that he just passed.
The little person, Skeletor hands him his staff, and Pig Boy was, he's a little kid in makeup where he looks kind of like an Ugnaught, and the child won a contest from Mattel to be in the He-Man movie, and then they forgot about it, and then at the last minute they had to tell the director, you got to put this kid in the movie or we're gonna get sued. There's no part for a kid. Just put a monster mask on him and have him stand there. So they flew the kid out and they pushed him on the set. They put a monster mask on him. And they're stand here for 8 hours. and he's like, I gotta go to the bathroom, and they wouldn't let him go to the bathroom. And then he pissed himself.
And then they called him Pig Boy.
They called him Pig Boy. They didn't feed him, and
Hooray for Hollywood.
Congratulations, you won the contest!
oh
Eternia looks like a fucking wasteland.
yeah, there's those same guys.
They should all just say, let's just stay on Earth. They got Burger King here.
Yeah, I'm pretty good fried chicken and ribs. Tila's gonna have to learn to not be a vegan, though.
The powers of the universe are gonna turn him into a Vegas showgirl.
That turns him into the gatekeeper of the Bifrost from the Thor movies. He looks exactly like that.
That was a misinterpretation. It won't make you the most powerful person in the universe. It'll make you the most glamorous.
I'm assuming they released a toy of this golden Skeletor when the movie came out. I know there was a small series of toys from the movie.
Here's the thing, all right? Okay. Skeletor, him and He-Man were supposed to be, in this film, equals good and evil, right?
Sure.
Why wasn't Skeletor more like a miserly, miserable, evil character? And then once he becomes this who He-Man could easily defeat, right?
Sure.
He becomes this godlike creature. He should be like a younger, normal-looking man who's now strong and equally powerful to He-Man. Then
Oh, sure.
it's he's equally powerful from the start. He basically defeats He-Man, and then he wants to defeat him more when he becomes.
That's his motivation for the whole movie.
And then at the end, He-Man defeats Golden Skeletor on his own terms, reverts him back to ugly, evil skeleton face, and
Sure.
then shows mercy on him. I beat you, Skeletor. You're back to being the old slithery evil character that you were.
Yeah.
You were momentarily almost as awesome as me, but I put you back in your place, and I'm going to have mercy on you because I'm a hero. Instead, Skeletor becomes super golden Skeletor.
Yeah, he's the same Skeletor, just with flashier
Yeah.
costume.
And he still has a fucked up face. And he's still, you know
All
what
the
I mean?
power in the universe can't fix Skeletor's face.
Yeah. It's like the basic logic of a villain and a hero are both abandoned.
But visually, it looks like something that would happen at the end of the movie.
Yes.
You have your villain become bigger looking.
Yes, for no reason at all.
For no reason.
And he doesn't exude any more powerful powers.
Yeah.
Other than his lightning is now golden.
Would you like to make a $200 million He-Man movie yourself?
No, I don't know. No, I don't know. Anyway, thanks for listening to us talk about He-Man, or sorry, Masters of the Universe.
Good journey.
Oh, good journey. Good journey.
You fucked it up.
I did.